Well, y'all, I just made a video and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to make 2 to 3 videos because my cat has a vet appointment tomorrow. I have to take him and get him groomed, the whole shebang, get him all fluffed up. And I was like, let me just go ahead and knock out 2 to 3 videos so I have it for today and tomorrow and possibly the next day if needed. So, y'all, we all seen clickbait content before. We know how clickbait works. It's either rage bait, it's meant to make people get infuriated, engage with the content, or it's genuinely just clickbait to the extent where it makes people's gears grind in their brain and they're like, why? And they just get curious enough to click on it. If you're somebody who watches videos simply like to have it as background noise, go ahead and pause for a minute, whatever you're doing, respectfully, and look at the screen because I want y'all to see this. I literally just talked about Corpse Husband's alleged face reveal, how people were digging up photos of like random people saying it was him, making whole articles about it. This was on Snapchat. This Snapchatter ended up doing a video series on YouTubers who basically had face reveals who went wrong and basically quit the internet after certain things happened to them or went wrong. It wasn't all about face reveals, but they basically clickbaited it with Corpse Husband and an arrow going to Brandon Brutal, which again, 2 separate entities on the internet. This genuinely infuriated me, and I'm going to consider this rage bait, and I'm a who took the bait because I clicked on it so fucking fast. Y'all, when I tell you, I was pissed, and I want to watch this video, but I also want to tell y'all why I'm so mad about this. If y'all know Brandon Brutal, y'all know he is problematic as fuck, okay? And Corpse Husband is the complete opposite. Okay, for Corpse, it's like sunshines and rainbows in his head, and for Brandon Brutal, it's like a cold, dark abyss, genuinely, and the only thing swimming up there is an anglerfish. And for those of you who don't know what that is, take a look at the screen. It's this guy right here. So what I want to do for today's video, y'all, is take a look at the Snapchat video that was basically clickbaiting, taking Corpse's online persona anime character, pointing that arrow down to Brandon Brutal, making it look like that was his face reveal, when it never was. But like I just said, we're going to be taking a look at this video that was genuinely just there for clickbait and rage bait purposes, and then I want to go over Brandon Brutal's past just to tell y'all why this pissed me off to the extent that it did.
Corpse Husband, known for his deep voice and faceless persona, stopped live streaming on YouTube in 2021.
Every day is the last day people will care about me online.
Streaming caused Corpse extreme anxiety, which caused him to step back entirely. Even his rare appearances on his friends' streams eventually stopped.
Corpse is okay, you guys.
We still regularly talk to him.
That's crazy. Do they have
I think he's
4B
just taking
or,
a break
they
from the
have 3B?
internet.
His anonymity has always been central to his brand, and rumored face reveals that surfaced online pushed him further into seclusion.
Yeah, it was fucking terrifying. I feel like I would be happier in a world where I could be myself openly and not worry about like hiding from everybody.
Corpse has long battled chronic illnesses, including fibromyalgia and thoracic outlet syndrome, causing daily pain and affecting his ability to create content.
Yeah, I'm just kind of emotionally dealing with the fact because it's not curable.
Though no longer posting his usual live streams, he's still posting music and even partnered with Mr. Beast to design a chocolate bar.
I got a whole world to myself now.
It just goes to show a career in YouTube isn't for everyone.
Now, this says here Corpse Husband has publicly discussed having fibromyalgia, thoracic outlet syndrome, and GERD. He has also mentioned experiencing eye strain from blue light screens, which led him to wearing an eye patch. He has also previously discussed a potential brain tumor diagnosis, but this was later confirmed to be a false alarm. He also talked about agoraphobia, so basically Corpse he has a lot going on for him, and it's just, always working against him, and that's so unfortunate because, in my opinion, from seeing his presence on the internet, he's a good person, Now, we all talked about this in a video I made a few days ago, and it was basically talking about Corpse Husband walking away from the internet, and everybody was saying, oh my goodness, he just abandoned his audience, but he didn't abandon his audience. His audience took advantage of the one thing that he said he wanted, which was his privacy, and they were digging and digging, trying to find this man's true identity, which is the one thing he always asked people not to do, just to let him be, let him exist on the internet, because everybody has the right to do so. Now, with him having chronic anxiety and all these other things going on in his life, this was probably the last thing that he wanted to deal with, and this was something that was actually in his control, since his medical symptoms are obviously something he can't control and just has to live with and deal with, it was easier for him to just take this out of the equation, because this was one more thing he would have to constantly live in fear of and live with, further pushing his anxiety, is people digging trying to get a face reveal out of him. And that's terrible enough. Like, we don't even have to talk about why that's up in the first place. But for this Snapchatter to quite literally clickbait this content and make it seem like Brandon Brutal was his face reveal, and for those of you who don't know who Brandon Brutal is, it's bad. Like, it's rough. I made 2 videos talking about it in the past. I made one video where I talked about the allegations and everything against him, his arrest. But then I also made a video, an updated video to that, where Brandon Brutal actually responded to me. And we're going to be getting into both of those, because just for those of you who didn't see those videos, I really want y'all to have further context to who he is and why it pissed me off so heavily that this Snapchatter made it look like Brandon Brutal was Corp's husband. Also, before we do, I have a rant. I have a small, brief little rant, because I was getting comments on the last video I made about Corp's husband, and I'm not gonna lie, I was getting really frustrated with them. And I was surprised, because some of them are my subscribers who's been here for a minute, and I was thinking, I would never have thought you had that mentality. Now, Corpse has GERD, which he explained how it affected his voice. His voice got a lot deeper with having GERD, and he also looks to be fairly tall. I don't know his height or anything, but just from that interview we had seen earlier, he looks to be pretty tall, and we all know taller people have, a little bit deeper voice. But somebody had commented, and I don't want to pull up the comment or anything, I'm sure other people have seen the comment, where somebody was like, oh, he basically like created this whole online persona knowing it was like a sexual online persona, and then people are mad that people are sexualizing him off of his voice. And I was thinking to myself, okay, but it's a medical condition that makes him sound like that. It's not his fault that people are out here sexualizing him. Should he just not speak, It's not like he came on the internet and was just putting on this voice because he knew people were going to be attracted to it. It wasn't nothing he did. It was genuinely, it's just a medical condition that he lives with that causes him to sound like that. And if people sexualize him, that's literally on them, not on him. And that's honestly really creepy if people do, based off his medical condition. With that being said, let's dive into who Brandon Brutal is, for those who don't know, because that's the whole initial video, or the whole initial reason why I wanted to make this video, is because seeing Corpse compared to him genuinely pissed me off. Let's dive right into it. Now, Brandon Brutal pretty much went viral for his just awkward demeanor and his emo style, because his emo style is like what they would wear in the 2000s, you know what I mean? So he pretty much went viral for that, plus he's very awkward, so he's just like kind of a funny watch. At the same time, though, he had messages that were leaked where he pretty much was talking back and forth with I believe it was a 14-year-old at the time. People were saying she was 15, but it later came out allegedly she was 14. And not just that, he was asking her for nudes. He tried to deny these allegations in a whole bunch of different ways. He said he got hacked. He said he never did this. He never talked to this girl. Then he said that people were just like conspiring against him, and he thought that this person was older than what she actually was. But then again, like I said, that led him, after saying those, to be like, oh no, I was just hacked, and it was never even me in the first place. It was somebody else just trying to bring me down and make me look bad. But then he also, amid all this chaos going on, got arrested. I believe it was in August, but I could be wrong because this happened a really long time ago. Got arrested for threatening to lay waste to an, I believe, elementary school. Now, Brandon Brutal, after his arrest, ended up being put on a ankle monitor and put in a hotel, basically, and police were profiling him this entire time. This lasted, I do believe, for 30 days before he did go back to court. And then they decided what to do with him then. But when he did get released in this hotel, he started going on these TikTok rants, and it was really concerning. But I want to take a look at some of the footage.
Everyone, also what I want to say is I never look through a window at little boys in my life. Because the thing is, I'm not gay. I don't like penises or any.
Yeah, hi, this is me editing, and I totally forgot to say this, but this is very necessary and a part of the context. Aside from that 14-year-old girl who was asking for nudes, there was just also alleged rumors that he was just a kid diddler in general. Now, everybody on the count of 3, let's say goodbye monetization. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye monetization on this video.
Anything like that. If you think I'm a kid diddler, do not follow me on that account, I swear. Because if you follow someone, okay, if someone follows someone who's a pet, that makes that person a pedophile for following them. Like, yeah, I want to get rid of another false accusation. The thing is, I don't harass women, but I'm angry and mad at the fact adult women are rejecting me like crazy. I deserve love. I deserve the right woman to marry, go on with. Women have no fucking right to reject me just because they think I diddle kids.
Now, I want to take a look at this text thread between him and this alleged 14-year-old girl, and again, he tries to deny this multiple times, but each time that he tries to deny it, he changes up his statement in the way that he did deny it originally. Now, it says here, this is, of course, showing his name, Brandon Brutal, showing that it is obviously him doing these messages. And it says, I won't tell anyone if you don't. I just really enjoyed talking. And then he replied, I mean, you are a really cute emo chick, XD. And then she said, and you're a cute emo boy. I will. And then he said, thank you. When do you want to hang out with me then?
Nervous.
Why?
I don't know, I've never done this. Have you?
No.
So what do you want to do?
A hug?
I don't know.
Hey, hey.
Have a seat right around that stool right there in front, please. No, right there. Please have a seat. Okay. Right there. Set the phone down, please. What is your plan here tonight?
Just hang out, watch football?
Now, if they did ever meet up, which they never did to my knowledge, that's quite literally how I imagine it would be. Anyways, the messages continue. I assume that he asked her for a picture because then she sent one. You can see it at the top right corner there. Then he said, not those pictures. She said, oh, what do you mean? He said, I want less clothing. Naughty pictures. She said, I don't know.
Get this straight. A 15-year-old is not a kid. A 15-year-old is a teenager. And I'm not into teenagers either. Okay? You can't say someone's into kids when they were asking nudes from a teenager. Because kids and teenagers are two different things. They are both minors, yes, but they're still different. A hacker hacked my old Facebook. That's why I have a new Facebook. A hacker had my old Facebook and used that Facebook to harass people and talk to minors. So the hacker was the one who used my old Facebook to talk to that minor and to ask that minor, that 15-year-old, for nudes.
Now, after these crazy allegations came out about him and he tried to deny them, like I said, he changed up what he was saying and how he tried to defend himself 3 different times. I know I only played 2. I'm going to play the 3rd one very shortly, but this is whenever he had said basically he was going to lay waste to his school building, and somebody reported that. So on February 7th of 2024 is when an arrest warrant was put out for him, and on February 15th, I'm pretty sure it was February 15th of 2024 is when he was actually detained.
Yeah, that's the ankle monitor. Yeah, they took the threat I made seriously. All I said was like something about getting rid of a school. No. Sounds like you're a child molester. You need to fuck off. Well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and not reply to the bad comments, because it's just gonna feed the people more. So I'm not gonna stop lying. How am I lying? I am only attracted to adult women. I'm not lying. God would say it's a sin for me not to say I'm only attracted to adult women. Okay? Because God knows it's true, I'm only attracted to adult women. Understand, I'm not into kids. You all need to know I'm not into kids. I'd rather punch a kid in the face than touch them, okay? Hey everyone, I just wanted to say in this video is, 15-year-olds are babies. Anyone under 18, they're not just kids, they're fucking babies, yo.
As y'all can see how vile of a person that this man is right here, this is why I was very frustrated in the initial beginning of this video. Why Corpse Husband, his anime character, was like presented with an arrow pointing down to Brandon Brutal like this was his face reveal. Like they're the same person. When in reality, nobody wants to be associated with Brandon Brutal. Now, he ended up making a response to me. I'm going to be leaving both of the videos that I made about him in the comment section down below. The initial video where we talked about the allegations and basically his whole arrest and that whole little saga that he went through. But then some time passed, some months later, he ended up responding to me, and that initial video I made about him, then I made an updated video titled how Brandon Brutal basically just responded to me. Now, I think it's wrong in general, and we talked about it in the last video I made of Corpse Husband, to take somebody's alleged face reveal and then run with it and milk the situation. There are so many content creators who basically took random images of guys and then put a Corpse's face next to them, like of course his anime character's face, with an arrow, like, oh my goodness, this is Corpse Husband, this is his face reveal. And I was like, it's obviously none of it's true, you know what I mean? Taking all these random photos of people off the internet, saying that it's him, you know, like, can we just not do that? But then, to take somebody as vile as Brandon Brutal and to make it look like that's Corpse, even though obviously we all know it's not, just to clickbait that, some people might not know, you know, and then like just genuinely think that that was Corpse Husband with like a voice changer or something. Y'all, I have no damn idea. When I seen that, I honestly got really frustrated at it, and I really just wanted to make this video just say, hey, this pissed me off and this is why it pissed me off. But I want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'm still kind of sick, but I'm getting through it. I feel a lot better today because I just don't feel as sick as I did today, or yesterday, or the day before, obviously. I'm feeling better today, and I feel like it's making me get my energy back. Yes. So with that being said, expect content from me daily now from here on out. I even have 2 videos set back that I never released that I'm thinking about releasing just to do double uploads to kind of catch up on time with y'all. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts and opinions about this twisted ass Snapchat video of somebody clickbaiting Brandon Brutal to be Corpse Husband. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and I will catch you in the next damn video. Alright, bye.